football. And on the call, as always, is Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. A few short moments ago, running back Todd Gurley trying to fire up the Ram faithful here in Southern California as his guys get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a couple there, so he'll be brought down about the 28.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On third down, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Morgan. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
It's 4th and 2, and you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, so you have to be definite about your decision about where to go.
They've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
All right, now here we go. Let's go.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Bring the energy.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Running right through him. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. The Roby brings him down.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Bulldozes past him, and he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Now they'll run it on the toss. Shrugs him off. Down to the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And we're going to get a timeout. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And now running right through it. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take one guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
Third and long for Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And it is incomplete. Nickell Robey-Coleman there defensively. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points. So they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And they're going to have a third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass it in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker, because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything, because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down. Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Kendall Wright, the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read. Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to... And now out comes Minnesota, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
First.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Cousins now from the 50. The catch is made by Kendall Wright. Touchdown, Vikings. Kendall Wright, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never say never situation, but to me...
They'll look to throw. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Stephon Diggs. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well,
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Vikings,